Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and were you one of these people that were complaining about double shield, or maybe even Doomfist and Symmetra, or quite possibly a little bit of Moira and Lucio? Well, do not worry, because Blizzard just updated the PTR to ensure that double shield and these DPS heroes and support heroes aren't so frequently used. It's not like this meta is going to shift completely just because of this update. However, I did want to show all the changes because there were 13 total hero changes, so at least there might be a little bit of a shift, but it's not like Genji and Tracer are going to be taking over the meta because of this. No, it's not really going to be like that. Now, it could always be wrong, but when it comes to these changes, it's not like they're drastic like with Brigitte. And even Brigitte got a little bit of an update. It wasn't much, it was just a UI change. But other than Brigitte, these are some actual significant changes that might affect Overwatch, might not. Let's just get into it. First hero up is Diva, and it's going to be for her defense matrix regeneration because it got increased all the way to 16%. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but comparing the two, the DM on PTR just recharges so much faster. First, this change is really easy because they increased the cooldown for her shield once again to 10 seconds. This is just an effort to make sure that her shield isn't so prevalent, even though it still kind of is. Another easy change is to Roadhog's ammunition because they increased it to 6 bullets, so this is an effort to try to break the shield meta. They made Winston a little bit better in this double shield meta where they made his bubble last a whole 3 seconds longer, and they buffed it up by giving it 100 extra health. Up next is Sigma, who received the most amount of changes in this update, where now his shield regenerates a whole lot slower to 150 points per second. Plus, there's also a 1 second cooldown every single time you recheck your barrier. So you can't just pull it and shoot it like you would before. You actually have to think about where am I going to place it and not just say, yeah, here's a good, oh, nope, let me go, nope. And two other changes that are a little bit more insignificant. First is to his ultimate, where whenever you're pulled into the sky, you're going to be dropping to the ground 0.3 seconds faster. And his kinetic grasp no longer blocks a Roadhog hook or a Brigitte whip, which means that he's actually going to be able to be focused if he's just standing around. Now on to the healers that actually received quite a lot of changes. Baptiste's immortality field now has 50 less health. Yeah, okay, I guess. Lucio received quite a bit of changes as well. Kind of confusing, but his crossfade speed boost increased to 25%, along with his speed boost amplification got increased to 60%. But more importantly, now his wall ride speed boost got decreased all the way to 30%, which means it's going to be a whole lot easier to hit this froggy bouncy board. Mercy mains, it's time to rejoice and praise Jeff Kaplan because he gave you the buff that you've been begging for. Now whenever you ult, your beam goes through shields. I mean, I guess it's good. It's technically a buff. Now, Moira actually did receive a nerf with this update to her self-healing, to where now you only gain 20 health per second, which is actually a lot when you compare both of these changes side by side, or at least just one of the changes in the live servers. It's finally time, the Doomfist nerf. Now the time to actually get the fully Doomfist charge got increased to 0.14 seconds. This is actually a huge change because you use this ability a lot to get a majority of your kills, and now you can't use it as frequently. Along with his ability to get kills a lot more frequently, his defense also got nerfed drastically, where every single time you use one of your melee abilities, you only get 30 shield, and if you use 3 of these abilities together, you get 15 less shield, which again might not seem like a lot, but it's a little bit easier to kill him, and he isn't going to be so easily able to kill you. Sombra's change is actually very interesting because it's both a buff and a nerf, where every single time you throw your translocator, the cooldown starts right when you throw it or when it gets destroyed, where beforehand you had to wait to actually come back for the cooldown to start, but now you have a 6-second cooldown. It's basically a trade-off, where beforehand you wasted time, here you waste 2 extra seconds of time. Oh boy, another Symmetra nerf. This one isn't that bad, alright? Just hang in with me, because her ultimate now lasts 3 seconds less, which again, like, this isn't an effort to make sure that shields aren't that prevalent, and the health now decreased by 1,000 hit points, but who's really destroying the Symmetra shield? Her turrets now also do 10 less damage per second, which if you're relying on the turrets to get you kills, oh boy, they're still gonna slow down targets, they just won't kill them as often. And the last change is gonna be towards Tracer, where her damage fall off now starts at 13 meters up to 10 meters, which is 23 meters if that's correct. Either way, now you're gonna be able to do a little bit more damage from farther distance away, but it still doesn't bring her into the meta that much. And those are all the hero changes that happen with this latest PTR update. And while there are a lot of changes and changes that are heading in the right direction, it's not going to be something where all the heroes are going to be welcomed back into the meta. No, it's slowly going to be a thing where, yeah, maybe you can play the Tracer, or maybe Genji can finally be meta once again, or maybe McCree can be a much more viable DPS. But as of right now, Double Shield is still going to be very prevalent, just it's not going to be as frustrating because, well, obviously there were some nerfs that went on with both Sigma and Orisa. Blizzard knows what they're doing with their game because they freaking created it, but they can't just do something like with a flip of a switch, because then all of a sudden Orisa and Sigma are on meta, and then they piss off a whole bunch of tank players that main those heroes. But as of right now, like I said, this is heading in the right direction. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.